What is a healthy forest? I grapple with that as a forester. For me, a healthy forest, it's open, it's vibrant, it's resilient. It can withstand the impacts of fire, insect, and disease. What I remember as a kid coming to Colorado were lush green forest, and you could drive for miles and miles, and that's all you saw. So why are they worse? That's tied back to a warming and drying climate. I've seen this in my children's life as they grew up, and now that's what they're going to remember and tell their children. How long does this continue? Do we come to a stage where we don't have mature forest? As a forester, I love my job and what I do. Everybody that thinks foresters are always in the woods, I wish it was that way. But there's a lot of science, math, geography that goes into getting ready to go out to the woods to implement management activities that are going to happen on the ground. I guess I've come to the realization fire is an important role in our western forest, and we've got to figure out how to live and work with it and try to reduce these huge impacts that we see today. The role of fire, its basic role in a forest environment, is nutrient recycling. We talk about recycling cans and plastic and paper so we can use it again. Mother Nature does the same thing. The quickest way here in the West to do that is through fire, releasing those nutrients that are stored in the needles, the branches, the grasses, and forbs. The whole system seems to be in sync because there's a new flush of food there for them. Wildflowers start showing up that you haven't seen. I seem to hear more birds singing, chirping. There's more animal usage, more deer, more elk. Now, when you talk about a wildfire, that's a whole different experience. You come back and you're hoping to see the flush of new growth, but most of it, because it's burning so hot, so intense, all you've got left is really black sticks, some weeds coming in, and a lot of bare ground. If we don't do some type of management to try and reduce these overall impacts, you're going to end up with millions of acres of black sticks, very little vegetation, sediment erosion, washing that into our streams, which then impacts farmers and ranchers that depend on that water for irrigation. That's why forest management is so critical, especially in today's world. The benefits of a healthy forest, wow, there's a bunch of them. Clean air, number one. When you've got vigorously growing trees, they're sequestering the carbon and filtering that and giving us oxygen. They're catching more precipitation, and the more snow we can get to the forest floor, the more water that is there for all of the water users. You have a diversity of plant and animal life that comes into those areas. Once it's managed, the air, water, soils protection, all of these tie together, and we all benefit. It's not just today. This is long term. We're talking hundreds of years. When I'm out there in the woods, it's so satisfying knowing that I'm making an impact for the future, that there's future generations will walk through this forest, and I know how bad they were before. You didn't really want to walk in them. They were silent, I guess is the best way to describe it. Then coming back 2 years after the management, and it's alive, it smells better, it's so much more enjoyable, and I know that I've made an impact. These trees are going to make it now. They've got a chance. I've given them that chance. Someday, hopefully somebody can walk through here and they're going to see these big trees. It's so satisfying to see that and leave that impact for future generations.